Howdy y'all, I am at a historic site called Camp Hearn. It was a World War II prison camp. This is, I believe, Robertson County. This is Hearn and Calvert area, north of Bryan, north of Brazos County. Today the museum is closed, but I've been wanting to come back here for a few years or so, 4 or 5 years. So Texas had a lot of World War II prison camps, which is some interesting history. This is not far from where I live. So this is Camp Hearn, World War II prisoner of war camp. During the Second World War, Allied troops captured large numbers of Axis soldiers and transported them to prisoner of war camps established throughout the United States. More than 70 camps in Texas housed some 50,000 prisoners. In March 1942, Hearn Chamber of Commerce President Roy Henry contacted Congressman Luther Johnson to request that a camp be located here. Within a month, U.S. Army staff had inspected the area and selected 720 acres as a prison site. Construction of the camp began in September 1942 and was completed in 6 months. It was laid out in 3 sections, each of which included a mess hall, lavatory, company office, and 8 barracks. The first of almost 5,000 prisoners of war, POWs, arrived in June 1943. Most of the POWs housed here were non-commissioned officers, NCOs of the famed German Afrika Corps captured in Tunisia. Because NCOs were not required to work in prison camps, according to the Geneva Convention, they spent most of their time in recreational and educational activities, while the bulk of the work in the camp fell to enlisted men who comprised about 20% of the prison population. In 1944, Camp Hearn became the central mail distribution point for all German POWs in the U.S., but poor supervision allowed a small group of Nazi sympathizers to infiltrate the system and intimidate and terrorize both prisoners and their families back in Germany until the scheme was discovered and the operation shut down in July of 1945. A few hundred Japanese prisoners were brought here in the summer of 1945, shortly before the end of the war. All POWs were gone and the camp closed by January 1946. Interesting. So over there's the museum building right there. There's an octagon building right there. Don't know if this sign has anything readable. Doesn't look like it. Not sure what these concrete pads were. Maybe some buildings. No, sign's empty. Yeah. Very interesting. World War II history. POW camp. Germans and Japanese. See a cross over there. By that flagpole, it doesn't have a flag. Right there. There's a cross. Some weird looking carports, some golf carts in there. Anyway, this is it. This was a World War II prisoner camp close to the Brazos River, Hearn, Texas. Camp Hearn Historic Site and Exhibit Museum. State of excuse me, State of Texas Historical Site.